can be the heroes on the Wheaties box with the little kitty toy.
Marvel is back, officially. They were back with Deadpool and Wolverine, but this has a more classic feel to it. This feels like Marvel from back in the day. This feels like Marvel in the glory days, as I just said. This is what we need. None of that over-salted, oversaturated multiversal nonsense. Listen to me. Stop that. This is exactly what it needs to be. This is way more grounded and exactly what we need from the MCU right now. We need more movies like this. This was funny. Haven't laughed this hard in a long time. And that's all thanks to the writing and the cast. The cast interpret this script very well. They're a band of misfits and they just bounce off each other so well. Ironically, they work well together, even though in the movie, they absolutely do not. They're a train wreck. The movie is so well paced, there's never really a dull moment, nor are there ever really slow moments. It builds up to this point where they're all in the same place and Valentina gives each of them a target. And that is the genius of this script. They're like, I'm not here for you, I'm not here for you, I'm not here for you. I'm here for that one, I'm here for that one, boom. They're each there to kill each other. They each have their own target. And once it's all over, the evidence will be burned. That is genius. That is what I mean. Like that right there, that writing, I'm looking at my computer. That writing right there is exactly what the MCU needs going forward. That is fantastic. As I said, the cast have really great chemistry. Florence Pugh, you steal the show. It's being funny, ass-kicking, and emotional. Those three together make a recipe for success. She's flawless, man. It's like she does it so well. Like seeing her jump off that building, bro. And it was done for real, in case y'all didn't know. Watching this movie in 4DX, it was. I'll get to that in the end. This had some of the best action in the MCU. I cannot stress that enough. This had some of the best, cleanest fights the MCU has ever had. Now, I'm gonna say this. Please don't kill me. I love Captain America: The Winter Soldier. But those fight scenes are so shaky and so fast that it's so annoying on your eyes. Like, there's no way I can be an editor and say, oh, whoa, this is fire. It's annoying. It's annoying how fast everything is. But Thunderbolts is smooth, like well choreographed, well acted, superbly performed. That is what I want to see more of. Please take a page out of this book, the Russo brothers. Smooth fight scenes. None of that fast action crap. Smooth. 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 Had a good amount of emotional depth to it too, like especially during those void sequences, seeing these characters, their worst fears, and them bringing to life, them having to confront that was pretty good. I didn't expect it to be that emotional in that sense. It was kind of like, it wasn't like a damn near like full-on tearjerker, but it was a moment where all the silliness just kind of gradually faded out the way it was supposed to. It wasn't forced or rushed. It just kind of happened. And I was like, ooh. Okay. The Sentry? Steven Yeun, I would have loved to see you in this role. But I cannot imagine, I don't know what this actor's name is, I cannot imagine him not being in this role. He's perfect for the Sentry. I think things worked out the way they were supposed to. He was meant to be the Sentry. And you were meant to go handle other endeavors. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. It was a great casting choice. Again, you're a great actor. I would have loved to see you as the Sentry. You would have definitely done a great job. But things happened, again, the way they were supposed to, and we got the perfect Bob, perfect Sentry, and the Void, of course. Like, bro, that, again, back to the action. That was the best action the MCU has ever produced. That was so dope. The way he was kicking their ass with ease, that was so dope. So dope. He was like skipping and sidestepping and quick flashing and dog, he is unstoppable. I'll tell you right now. Red Guardian was the funniest. He was the most outrageous. He just was on one. It was like he was off some kind of drug in this movie, like something that made him real hyper, almost like he had a lot of caffeine in him during the shoot. Outrageous in the best way. Like, you know when a character can be just annoying, like That's how I kind of felt about Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, that was the first time I thought he's actually annoying. Like, he's not funny, he's annoying. Red Guardian wasn't like that at all. I thought he was the funniest person in this movie. Like, the comic relief isn't designated to one character, the team ensemble as a whole. So I thought it was pretty funny that he was the standout. He stood out. Like, bro came to work and said, let's do this shit. He was hilarious. The banter is like the icing on the cake. Again, nothing is forced, nothing is rushed, nothing is like too time consuming, even though I'll get to that in the cons. Again, this has that classic Marvel feel, from the action to like the overall structure of the film, how it uses the runtime. It's just perfect. Like, it has that perfect Marvel formula. Like, they brought back the old recipe, but sprinkled a little bit of extra pizzazz in there somewhere, you know, not too much, not too much. It's well crafted. It's well crafted. It's smooth. This is exactly what we need. This is that classic Marvel right here. Thunderbolts has set an example for Marvel going forward, but I hope that this example does not hurt them, because how will they be able to translate the success of Thunderbolts to the future of the MCU? How can they replicate this success without being repetitive and feeling like they're just using this as a crutch instead of trying to enhance and elevate new ways to make movies? How are they gonna do that? I don't know. I guess that remains to be seen. Which brings us to the cons. We love the formula. We love the OG formula, but it feels a little formulaic. Like, they played it just a tad bit safe, but it doesn't hurt it too much. That is merely a nitpick, because all the crap we've been getting prior, we haven't really had a good MCU movie prior to Deadpool and Wolverine since, like, okay, the Guardians 3 counts, but like one that really was like Spider-Man No Way Home. It's been a hot minute since No Way Home. It's been 4 years. It's just a nitpick. It's a tad bit formulaic, but we love it. How can they bring that formula to a new level so that they can enhance the future movies going forward? Again, Thunderbolts is an example of where Marvel should go in the future, and exactly what we need right now. Was the banter sometimes a little bit like, okay, I feel like we're teetering on the edge of a little much? Like, is it filler? Like, you know, I just kind of questioned it just a tad bit. But I never got to finish that question. I've never gotten to the point where I was like, yep, definitely. I've never been conclusive in that thought. Again, another nitpick. Taskmaster was done foul. It was very obvious what they were doing with Taskmaster, because not only was she like edited out of that big scene with the Sentry, they just stopped putting her in a lot of the promotional material. And I'm like, yeah, I can definitely tell what's gonna happen. They made that pretty clear. One of Marvel's worst decisions, they finally decided to kill off. But they didn't have to do Taskmaster like that. That was uncalled for, man. That was diabolical by my diabolical standards. I mean, even I'm not that diabolical, so it's not really my standard of diabolicalism, but that should not have happened. That wasn't right, man. Just, Jesus. Completely shocking. Like, they was like, if we gonna do this, we gonna drop some jaws. Trust me. My jaw rolled down the theater steps. Marvel is trying to clear up a very bad decision that they knew they made, but somehow, for some reason, they believed in taking this risk. A lot of your risks just don't work. A lot of your changes don't land. And this is an example of how that decision did not stick the landing, but the body sure did hit the floor pretty loudly. I kind of knew what the asterisk meant when they all kind of came together in the street. I was like, I think I know where this is going. I think I understand now. They are building a team. We are working towards one team, one potentially cohesive, well-working, well-molded team. Yeah, and I was like, that asterisk, I kind of get it now. I kind of get it now. It's not a con. Nitpick. Are these my Avengers? Hell to the no. Absolutely not. But they will make a pretty decent team. I think so. That post-credit scene was pretty fire, though. I forgot to add that to the pros. Post-credit scene was pretty fire. Bucky was the standout, man. Bro looked dope as hell. He looked like something they pulled straight out of the comics. I like his outfit. He actually looks like a respectable hero now, and not just a mercenary with a gun. He actually looks more respectable. He looks way more like an Avenger for the first time in a long-ass time since he was the Winter Soldier. Even though Florence Pugh did steal the show in a way, I definitely have to give it to the actor who played Bob. Bob made me feel something. Bob was a pretty good character. Very childlike feel to him, very childlike aura. And seeing him go up against his inner demon, that shook me. He did a great job. He did a great job, and the whole cast did a great job. You guys brought Marvel back. This is the perfect Marvel ensemble. This is what we need. Can't stress that enough. That post-credit scene, right then and there, I was saying Marvel was back before that point. That post-credit scene was 2 minutes long, but it was worth every minute because if you haven't seen it, I mean, at this point, you know what the damn new title is. You know Taskmaster is dead. The Fantastic Four are in the post-credit scene, briefly. Yes, Marvel is back. They are back, and we are streamlining straight to Avengers Doomsday next year. So the post-credit scene for Fantastic Four should have we should just leave the theater in disbelief. Absolutely. But overall, a solid return to form for Marvel. This is exactly the kind of example that they need to set going forward. They need to make more movies like this. This is structurally sound. It's phenomenal. And they finally made a movie that feels like old Marvel. This is exactly the kind of Marvel movie that we have been dying for, but they just have not produced that. They have tried, but to mixed results. Like, it just has not been good. Thunderbolts, thank you. Thank you guys for finally listening and understanding that you need to make more movies like this. So if you like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and make sure y'all hit that bell button so you stay notified for when I post my next video, which is coming very soon. What did you guys think of Thunderbolts? Did you like it? Did you not like it? If not, then I don't know, you're a loss. I saw this in 4DX, so every single fight scene that I was in, like, you know, I felt like I was in it. I was getting my ass beat in that chair. Like, the chair was rocking, shaking. Boom, when she jumped off the building, we went forward. 4DX was cool, even though I was getting my ass beat while they were fighting. I felt like I was really getting my ass genuinely kicked. Almost fell out the chair a few times. Lawsuit! But it was a good time, and it's worth every penny. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.